Have we opened up to our third diagnostic analysis?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, and so I know that we have done a great job so far moving from diagnostic 1 to diagnostic 2, getting a lot of the kids out of the greater than 1 level below. And I wanted to start with O'Day because you're our most tenured teacher. I wanted to start with O'Day because I've noticed that you moved an equitable amount of kids from below 2 grade levels or 2 grade levels and below and 1 grade level below. Could you tell me some of your instructional strategies, tier 1, tier 2, that we're going to kind of focus on and share amongst each other?
I do a lot of small group reading. So for the reading group, I do
Are we doing math?
Oh, we're focusing on math right now.
Oh, sorry. Oh, for math?
Yeah. So what do you tend to do with your whole group? Yeah.
Okay, so for my whole group, we do the morning math. In the beginning of the year, it is very time consuming, and we go over the whole sheet. At this point in time of the year, my kids are able to do it independently now, and I walk around and I will focus on 2 to 3 questions, and I will look at every kid's, and then I will comment and assist that kid and have them see, one, do they not read the directions, or they don't know how to do it. So I'll ask them, can you look at this question again? If they get it right the next time, then that means they didn't look.
So the purpose of the morning math, is it more of like a refresher?
It is it's like a daily review. So it's like a
Daily review.
It's like daily math.
Review and enforcer.
Yeah, it's a review and enforcement.
Nice. And then how do you tend to focus with your tier 2, those students that are struggling?
Those students, I use a lot of manipulatives. I try to use manipulatives at least once to twice a week in class.
How many of us are using those manipulatives? I know I try to borrow from you guys as much as possible.
I started doing.
And then, okay, and then let's talk about our tier 3. Those students that are really struggling and those that are 2 grades or more behind. What are some of the things that you guys have been trying in class so far? Or O'Day, continue on and then we'll skip to something.
I have 2 students who are extremely far behind. They're also my RSP students.
Mhm.
So I have been talking with Mrs. Ketsnit, our RSP teacher, on techniques to use with them, so that way it's reinforcing what I'm teaching in the classroom.
Okay, so then more collaboration with reinforcing the techniques and things that they're doing in their day class.
I also rearranged my schedule so that way their time for pull-out is not during my teaching time.
So how, and let me open this up to everybody, how are you guys providing all that equity for the students since we're going to be focusing on the tier? Do you guys try to meet with your groups daily or every other day, or is there a special time that certain friends are going to meet you on certain days?
For math, I always open it up to everyone and we meet on the rug. So anyone who's struggling, they come and meet me on the rug. I pick and choose a few people to come and like, hey, come and sit with me for a while and show me that you show what you know. The ones that I know that struggle, who don't want to admit it, they sit with me on the rug and those are the ones that I choose. But otherwise, everyone has an opportunity. And when we're on the rug, then we can look at individual questions, I can model it again.
So it's more formative assessments, right? You're just constantly monitoring and seeing participation. Okay. How about you, Mata?
I'm still, when we take any kind of like test or exit ticket or any kind of homework that I see where some students are missing the same questions or they didn't score so hot on something, I will pull those kids and have them figure out or have them look at what they got wrong. And a lot of times they can identify what they got wrong because it's usually something silly, like they just didn't read the directions or they didn't do something like as far as like when they're adding or subtracting wrong.
I pull groups every morning based on what I see from their homework. And sometimes it's 2, and sometimes it's 5, and at one time it was 8.
So you're responding to how they're learning
yeah.
their stuff.
And then during independent practice, I walk around, and if they get a star, then they...
Of our RTI process. What are we going to try to do as a team to try to get the same results of continually moving kids up to the honor above grade level?
I want to start focusing on the iReady skills that they're missing because up to this point I haven't done that. because I was still trying to figure out how I already work and what it all is.
So filling in the holes, absolutely.
Yeah, so now I'm just kind of really looking and honing in on those things.
And that'll be with your tier 2 groups?
I have a lot of